Good morning, everyone. Welcome into ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we've got the OoTR Standard Tournament, Season 7. This is Brackets Round 2, Game 2 between MrMario and Master Aleks. Here on tracking today, we've got Joda with the J and Sir Nyquil of Sealand, and commentating are Doc Keeps and Melkwy. I'm going to hand it over to the two of them. Enjoy the race, everyone.
Thanks, Golden.
Thanks, Golden.
I hope you are all ready for a treat today because we got Doc Heaps here with me on comms. And on top of that, an absolutely amazing matchup, MrMario versus Master Aleks.
Oh, you know this is going to be good.
So let's talk about these runners a little.
Yeah, my God, let's go for it.
Go
for it.
Nope, go ahead.
Woo. Now we're already cutting each other off.
I know.
This is what you got in store for us for the next 2 to 4 hours? God, I hope this does not take 4 hours. But MrMario and Master Aleks, two very experienced runners in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. They have been in the community for a long time. MrMario actually being the #1 seed walking into Season 7. So, strong player, strong placement, doing very well so far. But don't count out Mr. Aleks. Mr. Aleks has been doing excellent both in groups and brackets, and is a very strong player in their own right. So I'm very interested to see how this match goes today.
Yeah, same. Obviously, if you're looking at the stats page, Mario favored to win this, did take game 1, as you can see from that last matchup, but like you said, don't count Aleks out. We've got some spicy settings, Closed Door of Time, Dungeon ER, pre-planted beans, and I forgot the last one already. Was it a chicken?
It's one single chicken, which honestly I am in full support of. No one truly wants to do 7 cuckoos. So if you're gonna be like, you know what, this is my minor pick, I fully support 1 cuckoo as your minor pick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been popular for a reason. Mario also showing off some new tech here. That's Let's talk about new tech mid-tournament.
Well, and that's what I love about the community, right? Is that they're always finding new ways to innovate. They're finding new ways to sequence break because, really, and you'll probably hear me talk about this a lot during the race today, is you're looking at how many checks you can do in the least amount of time. Because at the end of the day, rando is still rando. And items can be in lots of different locations, and you've got some direction. We'll talk about some of that logic throughout the day today. But also, some of it is just, you're just going to have to just play the odds game. And if you can do more in less time, the odds will be better in your favor to find the things that you need when you need them.
Yep, absolutely. And like you said, it's not always going to be the faster runner, the one who can do more checks in the least amount of time, but they definitely have the advantage.
Yeah. They will definitely come out on top more often if you can just simply do more checks.
Yep. And we are off. We're getting a look at our dungeon layout here. Ooh, Forest Med DC. Be still my heart.
So there's if you look straight ahead on Alex's screen, you'll see that Door of Time is closed. It does require the Song of Time to be able to age change into child, but there is so much you can do as adult that the odds of Song of Time being early is good, but not a requirement because there just is so much that you can do as an adult.
Yeah, absolutely. It also negates one of the extra path hints that you can get. You're not going to get a path to time if you start as adult, but you might still get information that you are required to go child. And Minuet out here at Colossus, which is nice, and we saw DC. Again, that's our Forest Med, I believe, so that's a song real quick as soon as you find some chews, some strengths.
Yep. And one of the nice things about this song chaining, I mean, it's, we got Requiem, we got Minuet, we're now ending on Serenade, is that when they want to come back force, they can. when they go child, that's real quick access to the song here. That's real quick access back to Market and Temple Time with that serenade. And so real good movement songs, which is what you want to see early in the game, is real excellent movement opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And with pre-planted beans, that serenade has even more value to it, honestly, because that's 2 extra checks in Lake that you can do.
Oh yeah, you just in this moment go and do.
Yep.
Yeah,
GTG to Bongo. And I think Shadow was to Twinrova.
That's what I see in chat.
Thanks, Sid City.
Because I didn't remember.
So, interestingly, our 2, like, child-specific dungeons, Jabu and Deku, are stones. So, depending on the key layout in Spirit, this might be a childless seed.
Yeah, Deku leads to Morpha. Interesting. A reminder.
Never mind. It's over.
Yeah. Womp womp. A reminder for those who may be new here, this might be your first time, or you're still getting used to Ocarina of Time Randomizer. One of the settings that they have on right now is that chest appearance matches contents. And so these small brown chests are going to have items that are common, they're not required. So things like rupees, what you saw, things like sticks, Deku nuts, can even have bomb juice. You saw the hearts there for heart containers and heart pieces, and then you'll see these big golden chests that will be unique or required items.
Aleks, going in here, forgetting perhaps that you need to open Deku as child to check the entrance as adult.
Yeah, saying, you know what, I'm already here, I might as well just get the 2 hints.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think something that I learned, I will say, that's a pretty big hint.
Forest Foolish is a good one to have early. You still have to do the whole dungeon and find all the keys, but, it makes it a little faster.
Yeah. One of the things that I was going to say is that I learned this the hard way, that you not only need Kokiri Sword, but you need Kokiri Sword and you need to talk to Mido with Kokiri Sword in order to open that up as adult.
And Frogs 2 is dead. We got so much information here. Let's recap. So Shadow to Twinrova, GTG to Bongo, Zora's Fountain is foolish. I don't know if either of us saw that. Deku to Morpha. Our Kokiri Sword is on Darunia. So we need Saria's song, and we need to go play that. We don't know what our dungeon entrances are. Ice to Phantom Ganon. Sun's Grave Dead, and Burning Cack is our horse, and there's Letter.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing is, when you're in a more traditional Ocarina of Time randomizer settings, you're looking for that quick explosives. You're looking for bomb bag, bomb choose, strength, whatever can get you deep into Dodongo's cavern as quickly as possible.
Yep. And Deku Tree is in GTG, so we'll be doing that as adult today.
Nice. We love that. That is a fast Deku Tree. Faster than normal Deku Tree is.
Yeah. It also means you're buying a shield.
But what I was going to say is that, now that we have entrances randomized, you could walk into DC and that could be your Shadow Temple, in which case, early explosives don't have as much utility for Forest Medallion Dodongo's Cavern as they typically do, because it's not a guarantee that Dodongo's Cavern is even going to be accessible, even if you get those early explosives.
40 and 50 are dead. Yeah, and I mean, fortunately, we already know where Dodongo's is, but you're right. Like, walking up to Dodongo's is high value here today.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, runners won't do it if they can't, complete the dungeon, because it's kind of awkward to get to.
It really is, especially if you don't have Bolero. It's a very awkward dungeon to get to.
There's our bombs. Easy game.
Yeah, it's a free song.
Yeah, you're definitely doing that. You're picking up whatever song is in Composer Grave here. You're doing Graveyard, and then you're playing Requiem out of here, and
Yeah, and you're just away you go.
beating the dungeon. Interestingly, though, that song is locked behind Song of Time. Because you have to go into that area to collect that song.
Wait, where? What? Who? Why?
The prelude song?
Oh,
You go into the Chamber of Time.
You're right. I was like, Mel, what are you on? You can get into Temple of Time, but no, you're right. You have to get past the door.
You have to go past the door for the song.
Welp.
Yeah, it's not like Light Arrow cutscene where, like, as soon as you get in there, you collect it.
Well, and that's what I'm so used to is it's like step 1, go to Temple of Time. Step 2, get your song. Step 3, happy. Like, right?
Yep.
That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say exactly what Business said. I'm almost certain Song of Time is gonna be in Composer's Grave.
Yeah,
especially
I agree.
That Water Temple is in Deku, and that Kokiri Sword's on Darunia's. It's not burning Kak. Yeah, it's got to be Song of Time and Composers.
Yep.
And I think that's the one thing that I've noticed about Closed Door of Time is I think Closed Door of Time has a lot of potential for exciting seeds, and I feel like very often it underdelivers in the sense that you find Song of Time early because the seed requires so much age changing in order to progress that at a certain point you just got to be able to go child.
Right. And like today, there was high potential that we didn't need a child age change at all, especially after finding that Deku is in GTG hint. We know we're doing that child dungeon as adult today.
Yeah.
And we did find Furor's Wind in here, which is really nice, honestly.
God, like, I think when I started as a runner... Okay, it's Bolero.
So now it's Bolero, yeah. So now it's Song of Time. You're just Bolero.
You're just delaying our Song of Time collecting.
It's like we skipped a step there.
Yeah, because this is the last song that is available to them.
Yep. Oh, yep. Checking the entrance. I think
timer delay. We love that.
Yep. Mario with all of the tricks.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. That was close. Okay, a vanilla fire temple.
Good luck, Mario.
Yeah.
You got 8 seconds. I believe in you,
buddy.
It's
fine. We'll be able to peek this, play Bolero out. It's fine. We're not trying to be tricky here or anything.
It's tricky.
Oh, no.
I mean, what are you going to get? Bomb shoes? You've already got bomb bag. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, let's be real. You're never turning down a pack of chews if you have the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right.
Chews are my best friend. Sorry, Mel.
Wow.
Yeah. It was either you or Bomb Chews, and Bomb Chews went out.
I you know what? I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, they just go
Nocturne?
What?
Huh?
Okay, hold on.
Wait. This isn't required only, is it?
I gotta look at a tracker.
Ice must be available. It's probably in the Dodongo's Cavern entrance. Where's our bottle?
Oh.
VXR beating me to it.
Okay, now I like Closed Door of Time.
What song?
What's in the box?
Because at this point you're sitting here like, oh, Song of Time is just on Prelude, and then kind of like we were talking about, oh no. It can't be there.
So there has to be another bottle, and the wild thing is that like it could be your required bottle. If all the other bottles are locked behind an age change.
Yeah, we have letter, we have bombs. We can turn in that bottle to do ice wherever it happens to be. And like I said, I'm expecting it to be like Dodongo's Cavern at this point, based on the items that we have.
So here's a never mind. I take my thought back. Because I was like, here's a thought. Would you consider crossing Wasteland and doing Deku? But without a bow or a fire source, you really don't want to go to Deku as adult.
Yeah, I
can do the bow trick, yeah. But I'm like, it's a free check. Oh, but Deku's a stone. Never mind. You don't want to go to Deku.
But Deku's path. Like, we do want to do Deku.
Oh, Deku is path.
But we need a fire source first, because we have to do it as adult, because it's in GTG.
Yeah. Well, because I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, where do I go next? And yes, part of me is like, I should probably follow logic. And part of me is just like, but I want to go do dungeons, because they're more fun.
Chat pointing out we can't turn in letter, and I'm like, yeah, we can turn in letter. We've got bombs, we've got ZL, but that's behind being child.
Oh, why did they put us on comms?
Why didn't we have more coffee before this? Is always the real question. But you know what? I'm having fun.
I'm having great fun. I was top 64 for a few years, and I'm already fucking this up. Am I that washed?
Yeah, that's so interesting though, because we must have a bottle accessible, and ice must be available.
Absolutely. And so there has to be another bottle that's not Ruto's letter.
And yes, Goomba, you're absolutely correct. You do actually need a Hylian shield to do adult Deku, because the mirror shield is going to shatter all of the nuts rather than allow you to bounce it back like you do.
Yep.
But Mario has a Hylian shield. I assume Aleks will. I think actually Aleks just bought one. So both runners have that on their radar already.
Yeah. Good thinking on both of their parts.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as you find out where Deku is. GTG? Huh? There must be a hook shot then to get into Forest.
Fire is
Forest must be ice.
And honestly, that's part of why I was like, just go do Deku. Like, I know it's out of logic, but if it's a path location, and you could net yourself some pretty good items out of it. But
yeah, I think
wouldn't
the big
go without a
thing
bow or
is
magic. So
yeah, you want bow or magic, and on top of that, like, it's all of that access is like behind long shot.
Yeah.
So Deku's not gonna have your hook shot that you're hoping for. It's probably irons, maybe a bow.
Yeah.
There's our hook.
There's our hook shot.
All right, that gets us into Forest, which is probably ice for our Song of Time.
Yeah, which makes sense. Also, not really where you want to go without a bottle, though.
Yeah. Yep, you still need to find a bottle first. Let's see, what's available? A few checks in here. We get a couple extra with that hookshot. Both of these runners know hookshotless GTG, but it's kind of nice to not have to do that.
Yeah. The wild part is there's actually quite a bit of the seed that's starting to open up, right? So you've got Goron City that's open. You've got Field. You've got Lake. You've got Valley. Yeah, there's... it's starting to be these annoying locations that are opening up, knowing that there are some very key items that are going to start shifting these players into progression.
Yeah, and that is one thing I will say about both of these runners is there's our bottle. We can do that one.
That is the most annoying bottle to find.
So,
dear God, no one wants to find a big Poe bottle as their bottle.
So here's one of the funny things. We had an adult start, right? So we have vanilla spawns, but the actual limiting factor to random spawns as adult is itemless access to Big Poe Hut. So you can turn that in if that's the only item available.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Little fun fact for all of you.
Today I learned.
I don't know if that's actually fun or interesting to anyone, but I thought it was fun and interesting when I first learned it. And a scale.
Scale. Ew. Doesn't do us a whole lot of good now, but you're never gonna say no to a scale.
Yeah, I love scales,
Right.
especially with that serenade. Like, mwah.
Yeah, it's like bomb shoes. It's like, okay, is this the most useful item I could have picked up? No. Am I gonna be mad about it? Absolutely not.
Right. Like, of course, what you're hoping for is your hook shot.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like Ariana Grande and say thank you next. Like,
Thank you. Next.
I'm so grateful for this scale. And then you just move on.
Unlike heaps from this joke.
No. Look, it's an excellent song and I will stand by that.
Aw, thanks, Momo. Goated commentators.
No.
Is that because we sound like goats when we laugh?
I'm way too punchy for it being 9:40 in the morning.
And here is Mario doing some of those checks you were talking about. Oh, bottom of
What
the
was
well
that?
is vanilla.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that is, like, most unfortunate about a lot of the settings options that you have in Season 7 are the way they just eat up your sometimes hints.
Yeah.
And runners are pretty split, honestly, on the actual value of sometimes hints anyway.
I feel like dungeon locations sometimes hints are on the more valuable side.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times where it's like, okay, this one-off check is barren. And I'm like, excellent, cool,
Yeah.
so great, so glad I got that. But like, knowing about well is really helpful when I'm starting to route out, okay, where are my dungeons? How much time do I need to invest in identifying what dungeons are where? Because that is a whole skill and time commitment. So like, for example, Ice Cavern, we don't know what Ice Cavern is. And we don't really want to go there unless we know that we can beat it because it is so far out of the way.
Yeah.
But like finding a sometimes hint that says Ice Cavern leads to Shadow Temple is huge value.
Yep. And Mario's gonna route this down. My guess is do these couple checks up here in the loop, drop down for the hint, and then go check the Dodongo's Cavern entrance. Maybe do Goron City on the way down like you were talking about.
Yeah.
This routing is gonna be, I'll say, slightly more fortunate for Mario. Because he's already got that bottle, so once he gets that hook shot, we'll be able to do ice. Which, again, we're just assuming at this point is in Forest because it's the last location Song of Time can be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like where else we've checked fire, we've checked we haven't checked forest. We've water if the seed really hates us. Shadow is a possibility if Din's and Magic shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be ice because we have letter. Can't be Jabu.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be yeah. Yeah, I think force is a good bet, but also everything that I've thought about so far in the seed has been proven wrong, so I have no idea.
Yeah, we're just kind of learning. It's very rare, I would say, that we learn along with the runners at the same rate as the runners because we have two screens to be looking through, right? But I would say we're about as confused as they are at this moment in time. Oh, Mario.
Oh, that was looking really good. Just goes for the peak. Like, nah.
Yeah. But yeah, we need another scale or iron boots.
Is Goron City bad? Did Mario do Goron City?
Mario did not do Goron City.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Huh.
Goron City is easy enough to get back to with Bolero once you have, hovers or a hook shot.
Totally.
Which we know he's going to get here. He doesn't know that, but...
I'm the king of being like, oh, I'll come back to this location. It can't hurt me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then being hurt.
And then immediately being hurt by it.
The one item that I need is Unlink the Goron. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree with Sir Nyquil. Goron City is, actually the best foolish hint. My personal favorite remains Fortress, because it means I don't have to try to do horseback archery. But just from a, standpoint of you have to get there as both ages, you have to think about all of the different items. It's actually pretty item heavy.
And song heavy.
And song heavy. So it's not having to think about it aside from stopping Link the Goron. Amazing.
Beautiful bean use, by the way. I love that.
Yep.
Just I do want to get back to Goron City. Oh, look, this bean saves me 15 seconds in travel time. Excellent.
Mario makes this game look too easy.
I know.
And I love Mario, but I hate how easy he makes this game look.
But I secretly hate him.
But I also hate him.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's a reason why he's the #1 seed this season. Mario is truly an excellent player at this game. And so, you're right, so fun to watch. Just all these little optimizations. Again, you save... I had a thought recently where, if you lose 1 second in execution every minute in a 2-hour seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you, over the course of 120 minutes, you lose 120 seconds. That's 2 minutes of time loss that you just lost, right?
Yeah.
And then and that's just 1 second every 60. If you lose 5 seconds every minute in execution, you just flush 10 minutes down the drain for a 2-hour seed.
Yes.
It just adds up so fast.
Yeah.
A few seconds here, a few seconds there doesn't feel like much. But when you add it up over the course of 2 hours, it's 10, 15 minutes that you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild.
Yeah. So Mario found a bow in Goron City Maze, which is important because that means that he can complete Deku, which Aleks is reversing to do now. Probably anticipating, I am, the irons being there, meaning that the water entrance is available.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the only big thing is that, he hasn't turned in that big Poe that he just picked up. And so that bottle isn't free whenever he does find ice.
Yeah. I think that's a quick save quit, though. I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just...
No. But you're right. It is an additional step that Aleks has to do, and if it's an inconvenient timing to do that step, it is unfortunate.
And, you're talking, kind of nickel and diming the seconds that you lose on execution over the course of a seed. Honestly, think about how long it takes to get into the water entrance. Getting back in there a second time. Even after the door is open, it's slow.
It's slow. And it's just something you don't think about of wow, these seconds really do add up when you're talking a course of hours.
Aleks most certainly has a big Poe. Because that's what was on King Dodongo.
Yeah, that's unless we have both collectively missed a third bottle that exists out there.
Which maybe
really is, I'm so good at paying attention when I'm on comms. It's just like my strength. It's not. He was lying. All right, here we get the force check.
It's like that narrator.
Yeah, right. In the background, being like, he actually was not.
Yeah.
There it is.
And there it is.
Yep.
Not too surprising. So just a recap. Aleks is going into Deku Tree. He actually can't complete this currently unless there ends up being Din's Magic or a bow also in Deku. This is behind Longshot because our Epona's is on Burning Cack, which is also behind Longshot, which is why we're expecting irons here.
Irons,
okay,
yep.
First check. And yeah, Mario could pull out some swag in here. No hovers for, like, the added swag.
The hovers backflip there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
gorgeous.
1000% expect Mario to do that trick that he was practicing if he finds hovers. Which he will find hovers. They're required for Shadow, but...
It almost sounds like a threat.
Right?
He will find hovers.
Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yes, Momo, you can hookshot those vines. If you have Longshot, you can actually Longshot straight from the door.
Just all the way up. Oh, it's so glorious. Adult Deku is the reason why I love Entrance Rando. And Child DC is the reason why I hate it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
See, I like that.
You could just
hookshot this.
Yeah, or even just hop up. Like
this one's a little too tall to hop up on.
The other
but
one
I think
you can. Yeah.
Oh, a bomb bag. Damn. Yeah, this one is short enough. Momo learning all the things.
Oh.
Big chest and ice. Not surprising, it is path to PG. Hey, a bottle.
Hey.
That's nice for Aleks. So this should be our strength, I believe. But it could also be...
Boomerang.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I love this.
So we don't know what's on Ocarina of Time, everyone. And our path ice is strongly suggesting right now that our stone dungeons hold the key.
Really? Fire and Jabu equipment? No. Well, but the other problem is that ice cavern leading to Phantom Cannon.
Our Song of Time is also here.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, where's Forest? Is my question.
Well,
because if Forest is behind Shadow, and then Nocturne's on AD,
I think it's AD.
If Forest is an ice cavern, then that makes sense, right? Because Song of Time to age change to deliver the bottle to then go to
Forest in ice or in Deku Tree.
Well, we already knew Deku Tree leads to water.
No. It's path to Morpha.
I thought Deku was water.
Oh, maybe I missed a...
Or I could just be imagining things.
Dungeons.
No, I'm just imagining things. I'm just wrong.
Okay. Yeah, it's path to Morpho, which is why we found the irons there.
Mm-hmm. See, this is what we call a self-aware queen who is like, I acknowledge when I'm wrong, I accept that I'm wrong, and I become better through my wrongness.
And we love that for you.
And we love that, because I was wrong.
Everyone give Heaps a follow. He is fabulous.
Oh, thanks, Mel. Well, you also got to give Mel a follow for crying out loud, because she's fabulous.
Jabu is vanilla, which, there was only one option for Jabu at that point.
Yeah.
Because Bottom of the Well is also vanilla. Arrows and Song of Time!
Shot to no one.
Is horrendous. Aleks? You have bugs now. Aleks, you have bugs now. Okay. It's fine.
Bye. I'm going to take a brief step away. I will be right back.
Yep. Yes, we can be a kid now, Kirby fan. And I think we need strongly to be a kid. Yeah, it could have been in Deku. I'm just sort of thinking... That's right, Chuckles. That's what you get. Yeah, so, recap. Ice's path to Phantom Ganon. We found a boomerang for one of our stone dungeons. We found a hammer for another of our stone dungeons. And we found Song of Time, indicating that we probably need to go child. It could just be Song of Time to collect Saria's song off of Prelude, for example, because Forest is in the Deku entrance. We don't know. Mario will be able to finish Deku. Aleks was not able to, so I fully expect him to do that with this information.
I love seeing people's setups for getting across the quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't do either of those setups. A lot easier to do reverse wasteland across the quicksand than it is normal wasteland across the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them is terribly difficult, but I feel like the reverse wasteland is a lot more lenient, whereas regular crossing the wasteland across the sand can be a little bit more finicky on like angle and velocity. So, also I'm back.
Hi.
Hi.
I might also leave to go refill my coffee.
Ooh. I was wondering what flavor of caffeine you were having today.
It is coffee, specifically with sweet creamer. That's the flavor.
That sounds wonderful. Also to everyone who has said hi in chat, hello, you lovelies.
Hi.
It's good to be on comms. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it has been a bit.
It has been a bit. I think the last time I was on comms was the pre-S, like the S7 race where they
foolishly let us be in the same room again.
Yeah.
Hi, Wally.
Yeah, it was a choice that they allowed, as we were like, we're both going to be in the same place. Let us do comms.
We always look. Anytime we hang out, we're always looking. Is there like a good match happening?
Yeah, it's like if we're already going to be together in the same room, we might as well just do comms together and feed off of each other's physical energy.
Yeah.
Instead of just our virtual insanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I shout outs to anyone if they get that reference. You will be my best friend if you understand that reference. And if you don't, then that's okay too. We can still be friends.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to step away while they're kind of recapping each other's footsteps. I'll be right back.
Thank you so much. And yes, my Jamiroquai fans out there, thank you so much. A lot of just retreading old steps here. Mario going through Deku, Aleks going through Ice. And so I'm curious. I think at this point, Mario's basically going to exhaust what they can do in adult and probably will go a child afterwards. And I think Aleks will too. So I think we're hitting a pretty nice convergence point coming up here where these two runners have basically done about what the other runners have done. They're going to start really bridging in on top of each other that way. I think what will be interesting is if Mario pulls anything else out of Deku, as Aleks was unable to fully complete Deku Tree, especially if all dungeons is required. It's going to be a big move for Mario, the fact that Mario can and probably will complete Deku Tree in this pass, whereas Aleks may have to come back. So we'll see if this pays out, or if bailing a little bit early. So you'll see here on Mario's side, this trick is not in logic, but dear God, if you're going to do entrance rando, you got to know that trick.
Hi.
Because it will, oh, welcome back. Yeah, because it's the quick and dirty way to be able to burn that down if you don't have a fire source. Definitely not in logic, though.
Yep. And yeah, just kind of another slight advantage Mario had being able to finish this dungeon. It is not quick to get back to the GTG entrance.
One of the slowest. Absolutely. You know, if I was these runners and I had magic, I would be really inclined to go to Ice Cavern.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Like, you don't need... We know King Zora's dead. And also, Ice isn't going to be an Ice, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep.
And if it's something like Forest... they don't have strength. No, I'm going Child. Never mind. I take it all back. Going Child. I feel like there's too much to do in this moment in Child. You just go Child.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if Mario opts to play Bolero and go do the Crater Fairy and the Goron City Maze. Someone pointed out there is a big chest on the left side. But check the water entrance here.
Yep, as Chad is pointing out, we got a sometimes hint that King Zora is not a required item.
Mario
Also,
has like perfect health here to check the waterfall and void backup.
Oh yeah.
Choose?
Choose?
Oh,
Nah,
can you imagine? Choose when you want to peek this box.
Oh, glorious. Just a reminder, if you are new to Ocarina of Time Randomizer or new to Zelda Speedruns, welcome on in. Mr. Mario versus Aleks in our Season 7 tournament. If you have any questions at all about Ocarina of Time, Randomizer, or just like, what the hell was that? Feel free to ask in chat. Mel and I are absolutely here to help y'all out.
Oh no. We won't take questions from Momo. What is Zelda Speedruns?
It's zebras stampeding rapidly.
Oh!
Wow!
Long shot in Crater Fairy. All right,
That's nice.
Mario. All right, so we think we have the puzzle together now. It was Ice Path to Phantom Ganon for Song of Time, so you can get both Saria's and then Kokiri's sword, probably for Forest in the Deku Tree entrance.
Do you check water if you're in Alex's shoes?
I would.
Do you check that entrance before you leave? I think I would.
I would, but
Just
it's also
information.
probably vanilla, so...
Yeah, but you also have everything you need, sans bow, to be able to beat water. Right? You
might need a
lullaby.
strength. Might need strength.
Well, if you don't have a bow, you don't need the strength. It's kind of That's kind of a 1-2.
Not entirely true. Dragon chest.
It's fine.
It's
Wait, no,
fine.
you can do dragon chest without a bow.
Can you?
Yeah. Just not with the strength.
What do you need? Yeah, the strength. He got there.
Ah. I feel like I'm being bullied.
Love you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I know you do.
Yeah, Mario missing out on some rupees here to do Chu Bowling completely. Very rare, I would say, that we see him make that kind of mistake.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that he could have done in that moment, again, you're not really thinking like, oh, okay, how can I turn the situation around? He could have won the 20 rupees off of the first bowling game.
Yep. Play the second.
Yep. And then played the second from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially, like, he knows the setups. It would be pretty quick, but that's a long way to go.
Yeah, because he's going to have to redo the first bowling game, because when you leave and come back, it starts on game 1. You don't get to start on game 2, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
So, starts on game 1, gets the red rupee.
Yep. So Aleks in Goron City here is going to pick up that bow and whatever is on the left side of Maze. So we'll have some answers here.
Yeah. Not too often you get to see your adult one kind of go into the 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they kind of really didn't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Mario electing to say, I've got enough in adult. I've got more than enough in child to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go child. I'm going to push child. And then I will come back to adult when I'm ready.
Market foolish after doing market.
No, especially after leaving and coming back because you didn't have enough rupees.
Yeah.
That's really just kind of a knife in the side.
And there is a strength.
Oh. So, yeah, no, you now have everything you need to go do water.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hammer, probably path for that strength as well.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing when you're starting to talk about paths, is it's just like, could it be hammer? Could it be boomerang? Could it be Song of Time? Because we're finding that those 3 things, or at least 2 of those things, lock a pretty damn large amount of checks in this items that go on to unlock more items. And so which one it's going to choose and how that branches off, like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, Song of Time 100% is going to be path because of just the dungeons that we have available still. I think almost certainly one of our required ones has to be in Deku Tree at this point. Skull Mask is the other scale. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It's fascinating that it's path to Phantom Ganon, which we know Forest Temple is barren.
Yep.
And so it's literally just to beat the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm interested to see. Is where the hell is our forest?
We should not need that scale. We have iron, so even though it's not in logic, we can still do lab dive.
Yep. Yeah, anything that they would want scale for, irons can replace.
Yep.
There it is. There it is? So...
Huh?
So it's not Song of Time.
Must have been the hammer for the strength then.
Yeah, because Aleks has not gotten child. Has stayed in... No. Hear me out. Hammer gets you long shot. Long shot gets you irons.
Yeah.
Irons get you to forest.
Yep.
But I guess, yeah. Because opponents is behind long shot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Isn't Rando just so much fun?
Yeah, I mean, the irons are still Path to Morpha VXR, but you still need the long shot, so.
Yeah. Yeah. So that hammer was a lot stronger than I was expecting it to be, honestly.
Yep.
I was not expecting hammer to be that powerful, especially outside of Fire Temple. But it was the 2 hammer checks were 2 incredibly powerful items.
Yep.
And now we get to watch Barren Forest.
Yeah. And this will be, like, interesting because Aleks probably has some options here. Hey, choose.
My best friends!
Which is really nice as a pickup here because Mario can now do the pot without climbing up. Save a little bit of time there.
You're right.
Whether or not he does that, I think it's worth the menu, personally.
I always have to look up how to do it. I always forget. No, it would be faster to do it with bombs because you still have to light the torches.
True. Yeah.
Yep. If the torches were already lit, I agree with you.
Yep.
But having to light the torches, you're so close to the staircase there at that point. It's probably faster just to do bombs.
Since you would need to menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Menu and go back to Darunia's room to unload the room.
Yep.
But I for a second I was like, oh, that does sound saucy.
But this makes more sense. Uh-oh. Mods! Help. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, wanted the money.
Take the money. Yeah. Knowing that they've got to do some scrub purchases here anyway.
Yep.
So, apart from some cool execution things you might see on Alex's side, not a whole lot of interest that we're going to find on Alex's side, just simply knowing that it's barren. And so, probably going to be paying a lot more attention here on Mario's side. Because I think that's where my intrigue is at this stage in the game.
Momo is just like mind blown today.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool peaks that people found very quickly when chest size matches contents was first released. People were like, oh, we can just peak everything. And then they did. And then they were like, maybe we should just stick to some of these peaks. Maybe we don't have to peak everything.
Yep. We don't need to talk about it. It was just spam.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's and why I like, me personally, I'm a big fan of just appearance matches contents. One, because I like seeds to be shorter because I don't always have 3+ hours to play an Ocarina of Time randomizer seed. But two, because, on the one hand, you can just go and open everything. But on the other, like, if you can get the same information from a centralized location and be able to just peek it, you get to move a lot faster. And you get to just do more in less time. So there's a lot of advantage to just appearance matches contents, though it is one of the settings that can be turned off in this tournament. And people have. Yep. And they're crazy. But I support them. I don't, but I support them as people. Not in their choice to turn off just appearance matches contents. I don't support that.
Right. Yeah, I'm fairly certain we also need DINs. Our entrance pool is pretty light. We still don't know where No, we know where GTG is. Never mind. I'm fairly certain that entrance is required. And on top of that, there are 2 chests that are just hard locked by Dins in Shadow, and I think the odds of needing it are a little less than 50-50. Like, you're a little less likely to need it than need it, but...
Yeah, it's all about how kind the keys are to you.
Yeah. Look at the dead Deku tree. It's so sad.
So Mel, after having watched, a fair amount of season 7, what would have been some of your more favorite or more interesting settings that you've observed?
Gosh. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I really enjoy watching keyrings or keysy settings.
Okay.
Because I think runners are so conditioned to think about their dungeons in one way that definitely shakes up the meta and the odds more than anything else. And so I think that it just, from an intrigue standpoint, I enjoy that. I have not enjoyed when people turn chest appearance matches contents off. I think that is a silly choice, personally. But like, it's most of the settings, I'm like, I don't hate this. I wish that there had been a few changes in how bans worked, I think. So that if you were banning entrance randomizer, you were banning it. Oh, yeah, so close, Mario, so close.
Looking at time of day, I was like, Mario's gonna miss it, and it's gonna suck.
It was close, but
it was
at least we can do Dompe.
Yeah, and I think that's a good backup.
Wait, Storms?
Song of Storms. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we don't like storms, mostly because there are about 15 checks locked behind storms. And so when you're dealing with a check pool of about 190, that's a 5 to 10% of the game that's locked behind one song. All you need is one item, and that makes it all dungeons.
Yep. And yeah, VXR pointing out Sun Song must be in Lon Lon Ranch now. And Mario just missed time of day. The irony.
Oh, the irony.
You love it and you hate it.
Yeah, that's when you go, you know what? I don't need Sunsong this seed.
Yep.
We're fine.
So, if you are Aleks, we've kind of talked about this. You're not finding magic in Forest, of course, but do you take the advantage of having Lullaby, I'm pretty sure Big Goron is nothing.
I think it is too.
And checking that ice entrance, like while you're thinking about it. Because here's the thing.
Yep. Talk to me.
You can only do water with the items that you have now.
Yeah.
So do you invest that time without magic to find out what it is?
I wouldn't.
Oh, we just haven't gotten a hint for Big Goron. Ugh. Concerning.
Oh, really?
Concerning.
Oof. No, I would be very hard pressed to go to Ice Cavern entrance without magic, because I think it's too far of a walk for a possible gain of Water Temple, which is probably your weakest dungeon item-wise. And so what are you really gaining from that by beating it that early,
Yep.
Versus having a little bit better of an equipment loadout, possibly going in there where you can beat more dungeons, or at least be able to check and then save with magic.
Yeah.
So
and there's
fire
arrows.
Yeah. Not a bad thing to have, honestly. Yes, I think the risk of time loss doesn't outweigh the benefit of beating water, which is 4 items at best, and no additional song at this moment.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah. But, like, I could say the same thing about Forest, but at this point, if you're already there and you're already like have the equipment, you might as well just finish it. Like you gotta do it. You gotta do it at some point. It's not getting any faster.
Yeah, exactly. You have to do Forest. You got the items. Why not just take care of it now instead of serenading back later just because it's, foolish.
Yep.
And especially like in Alex's case, being a game down, I think that you do just kind of, oh, Mario, no.
It's all right. Well,
it's fine. We're swimming that way.
I was like, where are you swimming, Mario?
Not sure.
Mario can still go to Zora's domain, has Lullaby.
Yeah, and has Boomerang.
And has Boomerang, yeah, not actually missing out on anything.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think that's the realization of like, wait, no, I don't actually.
Yeah.
You just
like, go away.
I need a cuddle for everything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We're good. And it's $5 anyway. But yeah, like, Aleks is going to take the advantages that he can. And not backtracking is obviously to his advantage.
Absolutely.
And he already has to make his way back to Deku, potentially.
Well, and that's why, looking at what is available in Child, it's not a bad play to go Child after this because you have so many Child checks that are available to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so powerful. Now, what did we find was the Deku entrance? That was Shadow Temple? Yep. Okay. I see affirmation. You know what's another dungeon that not quite totally valuable, but pretty damn close to being valuable is going back to GGG.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you get Strength 2, I would probably go back to GGG at some point. Sooner rather than later. It's quickly accessible via Bolero. Mm-hmm. It's got so many checks left. I mean, they did. I think they peaked Maze, and there was nothing in Maze, if I remember correctly. But I feel like there's a lot of potential there. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, Business. More of, what is your best check density when you're looking for your next item? And some people would argue that if a location has been hinted as a path location, the odds of it having a second item there go up because there are more items in that location for the randomizer to pull from. Mm-hmm. And so having 3 path items in GGG makes it more likely for the randomizer to pick one of those 3 items from GGG as the path item versus if there was only 1 path item there. So there is some logic to say that if a location is hinted as path, there might be multiple path items there simply because it gives the randomizer a greater chance to pick that location.
Mm-hmm. I am a full clear your path kind of person, so I agree with doing that. But I'm also curious. So for example, we found our bottle. We knew that we were going to be finding a bottle based on just kind of the layout of songs. But we're still missing magic. And there's still a lot of low-hanging fruit that's less appealing to go do. The fact that we didn't see Adult Lake at all, little shocking to me because of that pre-planted bean.
Well, and I think you could full clear Adult Lake at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Path versus Way of the Hero. I think this is an excellent question.
Mm-hmm.
So Way of the Hero was kind of the standard for the first few seasons, actually. And Way of the Hero just means that there is, when you look at the spoiler log, it has the playthrough. And in that playthrough, certain items are required. And so it picks items from that list to say that this item is a required item as per the playthrough of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Path is a similar idea, but it specifically picks an item in order to complete a dungeon. So, for example, I think a good way to think of it is in this case, if Jabu Jabu's belly was required, Rudo's letter and Boomerang would be 2 items that are required specifically to beat Jabu Jabu. And so it would say a path location is Forest Temple, as an example. It's not in this case, but Forest Temple leads to leads to Baronade, is path to Baronade. Meaning that something that you find in Forest Temple will lead to either something like Rudo's letter or Boomerang. So it gives you a little bit more targeted direction in what item might be required out of that location.
Yeah, and some of them are a little more specific. So, like, letter and Boomerang, very specific. You might still get Boomerang to Twin Rova, for example, for Spirit Key Logic. I said it. I said the words.
Hey.
But it also gives you information. So we have our path to Phantom Ganon today.
Ooh, I was going to pull up that example too. I'm glad you pulled it up.
Yeah. So we have a strength that is potentially path. And what that means is that the other strengths are hard locked behind that strength.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're talking water, shadow are places that have single strength locked locations. There was nothing on Light Arrow cutscene. Forest was foolish. So we weren't expecting to find a strength on those checks.
Yeah. I think what's interesting though is, Mel picked the strength as what she believes is the path, and very well could be. In my head, I still think it's the hammer to long shot to irons to forest.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Well, no, because the gold scale... So the long shot, yes, I agree the long shot is on path.
Yeah. Oh, you think that wait, where was gold scale?
Gold scale's on Skull Mask.
Oh. So you could
so
use
it's
long shot and gold scale,
long,
which is technically a way in. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like the hammer is the crux there because it gave us both the strength and the long shot.
Yeah.
For either irons or Song of Time was also in ice, which gave us access to the gold scale. But I think the hammer is really the...
Yeah, which is funny because we thought it was Song of Time for the longest time.
Yeah.
And boy, were we wrong. Or at least we think we're wrong. I don't know.
We think we're wrong.
Oh, I still think
I don't know.
Klizzix, to answer your question, in Fire Temple, there's that initial kind of first floor that you go through. And then there's that one block that you push on the fire, that column that shoots you up. Just beyond that, there is a block that is required to be pushed by strength. And so you can do that first Goron, you can do that hammer loop, and you can do the first 2 checks on the right side of Fire Temple. But the second you take that fire elevator up, everything beyond that is strength locked.
Yep.
So quite a bit of fire is logically strength locked.
Yep. And whether or not Shadow is strength locked is entirely dependent. We never know until we're in the Crusher room.
we just never know.
Just never know.
Yeah,
also,
it's kind of wild that Shadow only has one strength lock check. Well, 2 technically.
2.
Yeah.
Yep. We missed the happy 1 hour commands in chat because we were trying to explain things. So happy 1 hour, everyone. Give our runners Mario and Aleks a follow. Both of them doing great. I would say advantage potentially Aleks right now, having gone through a forest. Always nice to have a forest temple advantage over your opponent. They don't know, obviously, but... That's a path bomb bag? Did we know that? I hate when King
that's the first time we
Dodongo
saw
is
a cat to
hinted.
King Dodongos. I hate that.
That's, yeah, I don't like that.
And it just means that all the other bomb bags are bomb bag locked. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mr. Mario, Mr. Alex, or Master, wow.
Yeah.
Master Alex, NyQuil and Joda, and then Mel and I.
Is it Joda or Yoda? Please help. I've always assumed it was Yoda with a J. Because J is the biggest lie of any letter.
Oh, I love you.
Help.
Oh, I'm crying. I think what is interesting at this point, so there's a very obvious fork that's happening right now between these two runners. I think Mario is pushing all dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to Alex's benefit would be to not push all dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
Because they did not beat Deku the first time they were out there. And getting back to Deku Tree is massive time loss. So I think it is to Alex's benefit to stay away from beating all dungeons.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, and it's to Mario's benefit, like pushing those checks because he is the faster runner.
Yeah. So if Bottom of the Well has a required item, this game is almost certainly Mario's. And if Bottom of the Well does not have a required item, this game is almost certainly Master Alex's.
Chat is just... Okay, hear me out. Look up the history of the letter J, people, because you would be surprised. The fact that J is a lie.
I was like, says the librarian.
Well, so it's funny that you mentioned that because it was actually one of our like practice reference questions when I was in library school was when is the first instance of the letter J being in print?
I'm sorry, what? Also, when was the first example of J being in print?
I would have to go look up my assignment. I still have it.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I still
That's
have it
lovely.
somewhere. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go back through all of my assignments.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to look at the branching points of letters and where they were combined, where they were split.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a future trivia question.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because we're just kind of mulling around, who in chat is a trivia buff? Because I am not, and Mel is an excellent trivia person. I am god awful at trivia, which is hilarious because I'm like, I have a bachelor's in engineering and a medical degree, and I suck at trivia. Like the two skills do not correlate.
Yeah, I enjoy trivia a lot, but I also go with other people who are very good at trivia.
People will be like, what's the name of this song? And I'm like, oh, I can sing it. But then when it comes to like,
Golden, you're an LL person? No shot. I literally just quit this because I kept getting my ass kicked. But I had been part of it for like 4 years.
Oh no, there's a secret society. LL?
It is. You have to be invited in.
I'm what?
Learned League.
I'm sorry. What is this cult?
It's Learned League.
Oh
It's a like
God.
You have little like seasons to play and you have to wager, okay, I don't think my opponent's gonna get this question right, so
I do fucking Duolingo. That's
yeah, so and we found magic. That's so funny.
Not a surprise that it was in Lake. Just chilling there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is Mario going back adult. I think
I think so too.
More than exhausted everything that's available to you.
You might do ranch first and then go.
Oh yeah.
It's been on his mind.
Oh, for that Sun song? Yeah.
Yep.
The sad thing is that the ranch is overhyped. Mostly because the song is incredibly powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, ranch is 2 checks. It is not that great.
Yeah, ranch is 2 checks, but in this case it's still like, okay, you mentioned we had like a 45 minute adult one.
Mm-hmm.
In Alex's case, it was like an hour.
Yeah, I mean, they did do Forest on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like, okay, Mario committed to going child, and he's gonna make this child segment count more than we might typically see.
Yeah.
Just because when you spend that long in adult, you have more things available in child, because you found things like your boomerang, you found things like a slingshot.
Is this basically a full clear of child sans bottom of the well?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
I was like, I think you just did everything in child.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, aside from child spirit, wherever that is, it's probably the shadow entrance.
It's gotta be.
Oh, that's right. We don't have required only on, so it has to be in the shadow entrance.
Yeah, because it's the only other place that child can get to at this point.
That child can get. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I would imagine Alex does similar. I don't know that we see him do Jabu, of course. Because like you said, skipping Jabu is to his advantage.
My question is, does Mario go fire at this point?
I think so.
Commit.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get anything out of Boomerang.
Yeah, he's gonna follow the hammer.
Yep. And do you do fire before? This is always my This is my internal conundrum, right? Like, I want to do fire. I also have 2 hammer checks that I could do. Which do I do first?
I do the hammer checks first because you have Bolero in this case.
Yeah, and if it means that you find the items that get you away from Bolero, or then away from Fire Temple, then you just don't do fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, Song of Time was in Ice, which was in the forest entrance.
Yeah, so this is going to be long shot into Strength 1. So I could see I could see a world where Mario goes to the water entrance and then just beats Forest.
Mario also has magic, which makes that ice trip that we talked about earlier a little more appealing. So we might see him do that, actually, here. No, Mario! Yeah, do...
Yeah, I was like, the only reason I hummed was just because of what we know.
Yeah.
And
it's so easy to forget that you've seen a big chest somewhere, honestly, especially the maze.
Well, and the hard part is we've all been burned by big chests.
Yeah.
We're like, the worst big chest is Gerudo Valley Hammer Rocks. Because it sits in your brain of like, come back, I gotta come back. It's never convenient, but I gotta come back because it's a big chest. I gotta come back. And then you go back and it's just another fucking bow refill and you're just like, why did I go out of my way for this? It's never happened to me before.
I think we need a dynamic chest size. Once you've found a bow, bows are in small chests.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. And there's strength. And there's the serenade.
Yep. So Mario is going, like you said, oh, I can beat water, so whatever is in the water entrance, it's either water or forest, I can beat it, and then I would fully expect yet another Bolero to go into ice.
Yeah, and even if this was a terrible dungeon, right? Like, it's so fast with Serenade.
Yep. Mario's magic was on child fishing.
So my worst peak experience was Fire Temple. It was the that Goron where you play the Song of Time block, right? Or Song of Time with the Time block, right?
Yep, highest Goron.
Yep. And I saw it was big. Climbed up to
no.
I didn't have Song of Time, but I was like, okay, if you climb up, you can jump on down. I jumped down and my angle was wrong, and I threaded the needle, and I landed back on that bottom floor and had to climb again. And it was just slinging me out, and I was like, well, I'm just forfeit.
It's always a slingshot.
And I was on a
even
restream.
if it's not a slingshot, it's a bow, like you said, and so it's basically a slingshot.
Yeah, and I was on restream, and I was just like, I hate this. I hate everything. Everyone watched me fail, and it's a slingshot, and I can't forfeit because I'm on restream.
I hate going into fire without hovers for that exact reason.
Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad.
Me and hovers are best friends. We're chill.
Yeah. We love a good pair of hovers.
All right, Aleks. Oof.
Ooh.
Master Aleks is picking up that magic here. And I imagine goes back adult, honestly.
Honestly. I think you jam out Ranch first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jam out Ranch, prelude to adult, and GTFO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Lunker.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
My Season 6 legacy.
Oh, no. So, for context, last season, Heaps had a match that was being restreamed, and his opponent crashed twice.
Twice, yeah.
Twice. And the first time, Heaps was on adult fishing, and the, guy there says, that's a real lunker. And so Heaps is there holding this fish with the text, that's a real lunker, on the screen for how long? 7 minutes?
15 minutes.
It was the whole 15 minutes?
Jeez. It was a long FPA.
It was a long FPA.
It was a long FPA. Yeah.
And so then, by the time the second crash came around, someone had already made a GIF of it. And so while Heaps was paused for that second time,
they overlaid it.
They overlaid this GIF.
Oh.
And then, yeah.
That was my Season 6 legacy.
Yep. It was a good one, though. It was a good one.
Honestly, I'm happy about Lunkers. I'm also happy it's dead.
Yeah, it's dying dead. Is the best thing.
It living and then subsequently dying were the two best things.
I think it might have been Tomal. I believe.
It was great, and then it wasn't, and then it was great again when it was gone. It was Tobias. Of course it was Tobias.
No, Tobias was restreaming.
Oh, Tobias! So Tobias did the overlay then.
Yeah. But we got the actual GIF from someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do here.
We have fun.
We have fun.
Oh, it was Tawfile. Okay. I remembered it being a T name.
Oh, I sent the GIF. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I say yeah as if I knew. I had no idea. I was just sitting there chilling on my phone, probably looking at Imgur, looking at memes, while unbeknownst to me was being memed on.
Yep. But yeah, if you think we sound like fun, I dropped a link to volunteer with us. We have fun as trackers, as commentators. We always need more volunteers to make more restreams happen.
Yeah, we're just a good time. We're just a fun time.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. That's about as much as we can sing before we get DMCA.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Aleks is back adult like we thought.
Yeah.
This looks like it might be a 10 skull play, and then I would not be surprised at all to see a bolero into ice.
I could see that. Where?
Oh, adult shooting.
We're missing some real key items here.
We're missing some money for this.
We're missing
More
hovers.
importantly.
We're missing strength. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't have enough money.
Look, we've all been there.
Yep.
Both in the game and personally.
And in real life.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not the most relatable moment
Yeah,
of
right.
Ocarina of Time Randomizer, it's just like you just don't have enough money.
That clip from Bridesmaids. Help me, I'm poor.
I feel like here's the thing though about Ocarina of Time Randomizer, right? I feel like this is truly the quintessential life experience where you are fresh in the game. So many things cost money, and you have no money, right?
Yep.
But like late in the game, you have multiple wallets. You're like pouring rupees, and there's nothing left to spend it on.
Yep.
I feel like I'm still in that early stage in my mid-30s.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm working hard. I look down and I'm like, wait, where's all my money?
Yup. Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? I just need a bigger wallet.
Yep. And yeah, the wallets are randomized. They're not on skulls. They're somewhere else. Aleks picking up that slingshot. Doesn't have the hint yet, so...
I'm not opposed to that.
Nope.
Yeah, where do you go at this point?
Oh, ice entrance.
Ice entrance, yeah. But like again, like what are you hoping ice entrance is?
They both have all of the entrance knowledge now.
Do they?
Yep.
So they know it's spirit?
They
Or
know
not spirit,
ice
they know
is
it's
water.
Water?
Water, yep.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine. Water's fine, I guess.
Oh, but Aleks is actually going GTG.
Yeah. I don't disagree with this. And it'll be interesting about your strength theory.
Mm-hmm.
If we find another strength that's not strength locked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, GTG, the density of GTG is just too powerful. I agree, like, it would be more nice to come here with strength 2 and just clear.
Yeah.
But I think that this is not a bad play when you're looking for some very pivotal items, i.e. hovers, strength 2.
Yeah, agreed. And, like, the interesting thing is, we're still gonna be piecing together... Yeah, money!
Money!
Like, ice is just kind of path to Phantom Ganon, yes.
There it is.
That's nice. That is another dungeon possibly completable.
Yeah. Now I would hunt down Shadow like it was nobody's business.
Yeah. Well, Aleks knows where Shadow is, so...
Yeah.
Again.
Sorry. Hunt down as in, like, go hunt it down, like, go to it.
Oh, yeah.
Not like hunt it down is...
Yeah.
Yeah. I see how what I said may not have been very clear communication.
But one of the interesting things is Dins can be in Shadow. Like, there's nothing stopping Dins from being in Shadow, and with that magic and Furor's Wind, it is very little investment to just go do a dungeon that you have to do anyway.
Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that there was a link posted to the race.
The lunker. The lunker.
Yep, the lunker.
Oh, swag. Oh,
Yeah.
Mario missing the
so
backflip.
close. Oh, I wanted it.
That's watching Mario miss things like that is where you start to wonder, does he feel behind because he's in Forest so late? And I wouldn't be too surprised if he does.
I would feel behind knowing that I did all of Jabu for nothing.
Mm-hmm. And like all of Childs, yeah.
Yeah, that is where I would feel behind.
Yeah, yeah. And finding that strength, like, right after in a check that was very accessible, finding long shot right after in checks that were very accessible.
Yeah.
Time will tell whether or not it was the right play. Because storms, we have no indication whether or not it is required.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm going to take a brief step away. I'll be right back.
Keeps leaving me, chat.
I'm so sorry. We can still be friends, I promise.
It's fine. Yeah, Mario is in a really good spot if storms is required. Aleks would have to do quite a bit of extra backtracking. But Mario is also finishing up Forest here and has water available. Aleks seems to be going to do Shadow. This is going to be the fastest way there. So the question is, are we able to complete this? Do we need Dins? Is Dins just along the way in Shadow? Find out next time. I'm kidding. It's now. It's not next time. It's right now. Hey, Suffolk. Glad to hear that you are enjoying the tournament. Welcome to a live race. It's fine. Yeah, the rare Dins in Shadow. IT, welcome in. Keeps will be back soon, TM. But yeah, I'm curious. Mario, we know, needs to go back into GTG to get those hovers.
Come back and I see Aleks is in Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree. Find out whether or not you need to keep hunting for items.
Yeah, well, because at this point, if Strength 2 is in here, you're in glow mode. Just missing light arrows.
Well, oh no, we need Dins.
For Spirit Entrance. Yeah.
For the Spirit Entrance, yeah.
Yep.
And possibly Shadow. We don't know yet, but we do know that we still need Dins.
Yeah.
Which I keep forgetting about.
Fair point.
Because that's how the Shadow Entrance works, folks.
Yeah, so that really the pivotal point is going to be that bottom of the well.
Yep.
Because in the one hand, Mario is beautifully set up to go there after doing fire. And on the other hand, Aleks that's probably going to be one of the last checks that Aleks checks in the game. Yeah. Based off of the way that they have been routing and playing.
File talking about illegal tech in this tournament. There is an alternative means of getting into the Shadow Entrance called Fire Arrow Entry, or FAE. It is not allowed in this rule set. tournaments can choose to allow it. There is a couple other tournaments happening right now that do allow it.
Yeah. And if you've never seen it, it is a pretty fun trick to watch. It's pretty it is skill intensive. I will say, it is, as somebody who struggles with that trick, it is skill intensive. But it is just a long string of inputs.
Yep. They don't allow it, as I understand it. The rule set as it exists today is still kind of a holdover from an older rule set called accessible rather than standard. It's very long, complicated, drawn out, but the general idea was that it was causing a kind of barrier to entry into the rando. And as a community that wants to grow, let's try and keep it accessible.
Yeah, and it became a very high risk, high reward check as well.
Yep.
And so there's definitely some arguments for, some arguments against. As somebody who sucks at the trick, I'm like, yeah, let's keep it off. I also see its utility. So I think there's, and I think that comes down to, there's a lot of ways that you can play Ocarina of Time, period. I mean, I'm not even talking about Randomizer, just period. From I am not going to do any glitches to I'm going to do maybe a small handful of them to I'm going to use a bottle to do whatever the hell I want to I'm just going to start rewriting code. Like, don't mind me. So there's so many ways that you can play Ocarina of Time. It's at a certain point, either you're going to have to start drawing lines, or you're just going to have to be okay with Randomizer where people just write code.
Hey, strength 2. That's another dungeon we can do. Once we find dents.
I was like almost. Is that strength? I don't even know anymore. Is that strength locked? I've lost the logic. I don't think it is.
No, it is still Song of Time locked.
Still Song of Time locked, not strength locked.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, ice is kind of weird. All of the items somehow lead to the other items. But we did know that Shadow was path to Twinrova, so it tracks that would be there.
Yeah. I only think because I'm just thinking of like Ice Cavern leading to Phantom Ganon. Could you, in theory, skip the strength and ice and still be able to beat Phantom Ganon?
I don't think so.
I think you can.
Well, you still need it for Twinrova, though.
Yeah.
Unless Din's is in here, those are the two strengths that are available, is what we're getting from here.
Totally. I'm just thinking of like the breakdown of like what in ice could have been the path.
Yeah. So Hammer.
Yep. No, you don't need Song of Time because you can beat... Oh, this just gets mean. I hate path hints sometimes. We're just gonna say it's Hammer. We are committing...
Yeah, let's just say Hammer.
That it's Hammer.
Yeah. No, but the Hammer in ice led to the strength. IT guy.
Yeah. We're going with Hammer because it is beatable without Song of Time.
Yep.
So if you bailed on ice, you could still logically beat Phantom Ganon.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it would still get you a strength, but this strength is Song of Time locked.
This strength is Song of Time locked. Yes.
Yep.
I hate this game sometimes.
But yeah, it's like, so the way of the hero and path is generated is the randomizer removes items from the seed and checks, is this beatable? So every item to be put on that path way of the hero list, that's what it's doing. It's checking, can this seed be beaten without this item? And that's how that list is generated. And so in this case, it is saying that you can't beat this seed without that hammer. You also can't beat this seed without Song of Time. But because it was specifically to Phantom Ganon, the hammer is what was being hinted. Pretty sure.
Right. Yeah, if it was like Ice Cavern to Shadow Temple, then there would be an argument for Song of Time.
Yep. So it's not that all of these items are probably path.
Ooh. I was just gonna say, welcome on in, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders.
Hi. This is not an ASMR. ASMR stream.
ADN.
Yeah. So, I definitely feel like Mario is feeling behind.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think that he's obviously not as far behind as he probably feels.
No.
Because a lot of the things that he's done may still need to be done. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it is bad to feel like, okay, I beat my first real dungeon an hour and a half in.
Truly.
DC doesn't count.
No, DC's free. Well, I guess in these settings it's not, but DC typically is free.
Yeah. And yeah, top file summarizing nicely. Hammer is path to Phantom Ganon because Hammer locks all the ways to get into Water Temple entrance.
Yep. God, we love peaks. It's just so nice.
They are so nice.
Oh, this is one of my most favorite peaks coming up. No! Mario! Do the peak!
No.
Oh, it's such a good peak, though.
Maybe Aleks will do it.
Unless Mario is like, I need a key. Which
Mario did. Yeah, Mario did need a key.
Okay, I'm not as mad about it. Because that's good logic. That's a good routing and something, blah, blah, blah.
Do we have boss key in Shadow? We have all of our small keys.
Ooh. I'll be honest with you, wasn't paying attention that much.
And yes, 44 Hydras. We call it a peak because you can check what the chest is, approximately. Hi, Diesler.
What's up, Diesler? Yeah, lots of ways that we can see what items are without actually having to open the chest itself to see what the item is.
We have all of the keys. So this is where you start crying if there's a big chest Din's locked here in Shadow.
That's really it's not terrible though with Foro's Wind at least though.
Yeah. I guess it's more whether or not you want to commit your Furor's Wind here until you find Din's.
Sorry, I'm just I had
never seen that before.
I am using that. Sorry, I got really distracted by Stalfos check.
Bottom of the well is vanilla, Diesler.
Yep. And Storms is on Ocarina of Time. Oh, that's why you asked. I understand now.
I get it.
All right. What is Din's locked?
Garbage?
Again, real shame that we still need Dins. Being able to avoid Dins.
Yep. Yeah, small chests and everything.
Yep.
Alright, come on, classic. Floormaster having our Dins.
Or just Bongo.
Or Bongo, yeah.
Now, do we have a path to Spirit?
It was Shadow.
Oh, and it was Strength 2. Yeah.
And we got Strength 2 here. Dins could still be here, but...
I was like, do we have a hint to figure out where Shadow could be, or where our Dins could be? Nah, we're out of path hints. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you go GTG next, check Strength 2 locked stuff there. just to, see.
Yeah. I could see that. It's not too long to get there. So not a bad idea.
Yep.
So where else do you go if you're in Alex's shoes?
Water.
Water.
Just to get it done.
That's fair.
This water has not been very productive, though. Like, you gotta do it, but it's had no items. You gotta do the whole thing. Which you hate.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise. Again, water is so light on checks. Unless you do Keezy, and then all of a sudden water becomes this like behemoth of a check.
Oh, Keezy and Dungeon Skull water.
Oh my god. Just it goes from 4 checks to what?
15.
Yeah, just like immediately. But then Keezy, GGG becomes this, tyrant of a location where it gets like 22 checks. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh no, Aleks.
Nah, Aleks is fine.
Is he?
Yeah, they're gonna go down to like 1. No? They're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's okay.
They're not dead yet. It's fine.
Yet.
They're fine.
Hey, easy. Never doubted.
Never died on that boss before.
I always set Furor's Wind. If I have it, I always set it in that door before the invisible platforms.
Throwing out the safety FW. No, I don't disagree with that.
Oh, Mario.
Oh. Yep, turned around just a little bit too early. I think if you're Mario, you just going for it. I support that.
Yep.
Good observation on that one.
Nice.
Getting a quick grab.
Yep.
Pin it in the door. Nice.
Nobody puts Morpha in a corner.
Clean.
Except everyone.
Except for literally everyone. It's clean.
Yep. That was nice. Okay, Aleks, where are we headed? I suppose this is a faster way to ice entrance.
Oh, we have a bet going. Where's Dinsfire?
Where is Dinsfire?
Exclamation mark bet. If you want to win, be more specific. So placing bottom of the well is fine, but if you put bottom of the well dead hand, you might be more fine.
Ooh, HBA is behind Dins.
Oh, Mel just fucking shutting them down.
Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, it can absolutely be on HBA 1000. It can't.
There's only 2 places it could be. It could not be, and that was one of the 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen all of Field yet. I think we've only seen the nearer Market Grotto Boulder of Destiny. Aww. That's fair, Diesler. I could have said that in a nicer way.
No, I loved it. I think this is an understandable play from Mario going to fire.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Because in their case, no hover boots yet, so not really going to be pushing Shadow. They can't get into Spirit, and they've done Jabu and Deku. So one of the things to think about when you are playing Ocarina of Time Randomizer is if you are going to start down a path, it is more efficient unless you have very, very clear evidence to stop what you're doing. If you're going to go down a path, it is better to continue down that path. So here's an example. You go to Ice Cavern. Ice Cavern has nothing, but you get Song of Storms out of Ice Cavern. You got one of two plays at this point. You can either go to GGG or you can go to Bottom of the Well. Well, if you've already committed to Ice and you've already gotten Song of Storms and you don't go to Bottom of the Well, you're giving your opponent an opportunity to make up the ground that you just gained on them without actually benefiting from that ground that you made up or that you started along. And so if you're going to commit, there is a train of logic that says you just keep committing, and there's Din's Fire.
Just right there.
Yep. So we can close the bed now.
Anyone bet? What is that? Flare Dancer?
Yep. So I think, where were hovers again?
Hovers were the right side of GTG.
Okay.
Which I assume is where Mario is going now.
Yeah. So I think, unless light arrows are in Bottom of the Well, this is advantage Aleks.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree.
think one of the first places Aleks is going to go after beating water is to Fire Temple.
Yep.
Because there's really not a whole ton left for them to do.
Yeah, and I don't think, like, going back to Deku for the one check remaining, not appealing. Going to Jabu, not appealing.
Nope.
Going to an adult dungeon that you have a warp to, very appealing.
Yeah, and it's like you could go back to GGG for 4 checks, which might be 3 or 2 or even 1 based off of how many keys they're still missing. So I think Fire is a pretty good play after this.
Yeah. And Mario knows that he is just looking for hovers, so he's going to warp out of here immediately after finding those. Because of that shadow path to Twinrova.
The only thing that you're missing is another strength. Yeah. Yep.
So Mario definitely has a clean path forward from here. Aleks has to make a decision, but as we just talked about, I think it's going to be a pretty easy decision to make. But we will see. He might surprise us, decide that maybe there's some child cleanup he does want to do.
Yeah, I think an age change would be very disadvantageous for Aleks. And again, you say all this knowing what we know.
Yep.
You know, knowing that the runners don't have the same information that Mel and I have, or that you as viewers have. And so I would not judge if Aleks went child and did some child cleanup.
Yeah, no.
Because I think that's also a fair play, because Fire is strong, but it's really not that strong. Also, going Fire does make a lot of sense after this. So we'll see. I think that is going to be I think that and the light arrows hint are going to be the 2 game changers in who comes out on top.
Yep. Bottom of the Well as well. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No worries. That's what I was going to say. And so far, it's not looking like Well is required. However, we don't have light arrows. It's the only asterisk.
Yep. Yeah, and so, I mean, Aleks does have to do all of water. It's not a particularly quick dungeon, but, he's got just this left, basically, and a few other checks before beating this. And then we'll see the decision that he makes. Mario has all of Shadow, but it is basically a go mode Shadow. He'll still peek back there to see if there's a big chest because he's got that Dins, but...
Yeah, and you would feel terrible skipping those 3 checks and then having light arrows be there.
Yeah.
Though, I have watched runners go,
set FW on.
Yeah, set FW or even just go, I need to play the odds game because I'm behind. And so what is more likely? 3 checks in Shadow or 11, 13 checks in Well, however many checks in Ganon's Castle. You know, there are just so many other locations that are so much more likely that the odds of it being in one of those 3 checks is so low that some runners would just say, it's not worth the 2 minutes that I would lose going and doing that because I might just lose by 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But you still set FW there because you have it.
Or you just go bananas and you just go, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to YOLO. I've seen runners do it. I'm not saying that I support it, but I have seen them do it. I am not one of those individuals. I am a Weenie Hut Jr. runner where I will absolutely full clear and set Auroras and still lose because the one location I didn't check is where my required item was.
Is what I needed. Yep. Because it's Tech Grotto. It's always Tech Grotto.
The game hates me.
I tried to...
Terrible.
Yeah. I tried to tell Heaps once, think of the worst possible check and just go do it.
I mean, I recently lost a match because I skipped 2 checks in Adult Lake on my way to GGG, and we're like, what are the odds that this is my required item? Well, yeah, 100%. 100% those odds.
Yeah, Chuckles. Mario is in glow mode. He has all of the items that he'll need for Shadow, and will be picking up Strength 2 in Shadow here for Spirit. Aleks needs to just decide to go do Fire. And so we're saying advantage Aleks unless Storms is needed for light arrows.
And mostly because Aleks left Deku before beating Deku. And so it's not necessarily going and doing Jabu that's the worst part. It's really like the time lost going back to Deku is really where Aleks is going to just hemorrhage time.
Yep. Yeah, like Jabu is slow, but if you're just doing Jabu to do Jabu, you're not checking any items in there, it's a little faster.
Yeah. Well, and it's something that Mario would have to do anyway. And so, you know, it's like both runners had to do it. So it's a net neutral on that. But if you have to go back to GGG, you are absolutely losing time against your opponent if they cleared it in one go.
Yeah.
And not an insignificant amount of time either.
Yeah. Yep. Like the Jabu time loss that Mario would have if Aleks had to go in there, much less than Aleks having to go back to Deku. Agreed.
Yeah. Aleks, though, making quick work of Water Temple, at least as quick as you can.
All right.
Getting the quick grab as well.
No, Aleks, no!
Just barely missing the corner of the door there.
Yep. There are plenty of runners who swear by, you don't need to put Morpha in the corner of the door. But I'm like, but, and hear me out, what if I just did?
What if I did?
and then she stays there.
You know, part of me, looking at the fact that Mario missed this jump and Aleks missed this jump, I swore by doing the little block elevator that goes up and down. For the longest time, I refused to learn that trick, and now I've finally just committed to learning the trick. And now part of me is like, maybe I should just go back to my save strat and lose 5 seconds.
I don't think you lose... Well, maybe I'm just slow enough that the cycle works out. I've never had to, like, wait for the elevator.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the elevator to get on the elevator. You have to wait to get off the elevator. Is where you lose the time.
Yeah.
But part of me is just like, but it just takes one fall to lose all of
that time. Yeah.
And then some. Yep. I've also been going for the YOLO strat here. There's technically an angle, and you'll probably see it from Mario. Mario just going for
Mario's just God gaming.
Yeah, going for the execution strat of like, I know my execution is good enough to be in the same spot every time.
Serenade, so probably Adult Lake checks here.
Oh yeah, you've got water time. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, don't disagree with that.
Okay, adult shooting, probably 20 skulls.
Just some cleanup. Yep.
Yep.
And again, this is the part of the seed where you just go, shit, like, there are so many checks available to me, and I have no direction anymore.
Yep.
And I just gotta pick a direction and go.
Yep.
And hope that I'm right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, go for it.
Oh, and Aleks, like, adult shooting's been on his mind since he was here the first time.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the problem is that Aleks is on a timer, right? Like, Aleks doesn't know they're on a timer.
Yep.
Aleks is on a timer here of how quickly can they find that dins. And honestly, Mario's closing that timer pretty damn quick.
Yeah, like, Aleks has...
5-ish
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Because again, Mario is just like technically the faster runner here. His execution is just amazing. Again, not that Aleks is a slowpoke or anything. That's not what I am saying. It's just if you look at their general stats, Mario can full clear a seed faster.
Yeah. And there's a reason why Mario is the #1 seed walking into groups.
Yep.
They've proven themselves as like, I am, when it comes to routing, when it comes to execution, when it comes to game knowledge, I just have the best overall skill set for this tournament.
Yep. And nice skull routing there. Anytime that gets to be your last skull, you're like, nice, you've done it.
Yeah. So speaking of window, it's actually a lot shorter than I thought, because Aleks would have to go fire now. And doing those checks and fire they're not fast checks.
Yeah, but they are the first thing you do. Oh
yeah,
no.
But it's still probably 2 minutes.
This is GTG.
From playing Bolero to getting that check.
Yep. I am now saying advantage Mario.
I think so.
This is going to be GTG from Aleks here, and Mario absolutely has enough time.
Yeah.
To get into Spirit and
GTG is probably going to take Aleks about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So really not long.
The rest of Shadow, they're probably about even.
Yeah, but the problem is that Aleks comes out and even if they go to fire, they're both going to be entering Spirit at the same time, and then when you put them head to head on execution, I think more often than not Mario's going to win the execution race. And so even if they both enter fire together or enter Spirit together, I still think that there's an advantage for Mario. And then if light arrows are in bottom of the well, then absolutely, it's game over.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario had FW equipped. I thought he was gonna actually go mode, just set FW here, but seems to have changed his mind. It's kind of interesting, the mental math that runners go through in this moment. So like, you've been here, we were talking about it. Do you skip these rooms? Do you walk over, set FW, and just bail, hoping that you don't need it?
Yep. And I think that also you've got to take into account your opponent. I think in Mario's shoes, again, knowing that there is a certain amount of routing and technical advantage that you have over your opponent, I think it's fair to say I'm going to be a little bit more thorough and maybe lose a little bit of time because I know that I have time to lose.
Yeah. And I would say he doesn't think that he has time to lose, and that's why he's doing it, because I think he feels good now being in functionally like glow mode. I think he feels good about the decision that he made to go fire when he did.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think there's no way at the 2-hour mark, knowing where he was at a half hour ago, that he feels like he's not at least about even.
Yeah. And that's the rest of GGG.
I don't think we did that. Yeah, they didn't have a bow,
Yep.
so we got one more room here. And yeah, so they'll be almost exactly even leaving these. We know Mario's gonna Nocturne immediately and get into Spirit. Aleks still has to decide to go into Fire, so we'll see. Because this can still be a very close race.
Oh,
But
sure.
Aleks needs to make the right call after this chest.
Yeah. This song is the make or break song.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, there it is. So we got a race.
Yeah.
Got a race.
And with that, happy 2 hours. Please give our runners a follow, Mario and Aleks. You are seeing this is going to be a very exciting race, even though we're saying, yeah, you know, Mario probably edges out on the execution advantage. Will be getting into Spirit a little faster. You can still make the decision to full clear Spirit looking for light arrows, which might change. I don't think with Nocturne that you do. We might still need to go do Child Spirit, which could be a big deciding factor.
Yeah, this race is far from over.
But it's very exciting that Aleks is here because he is a room away from having that Dins and will be Nocturning right out of opening that chest.
Yeah, and I will say, as a commentator and as a viewer, I like matches that aren't lopsided. You know? Like, there are those races where somebody just gets an early advantage and then just snowballs. And for 2 hours, you're like, okay, you know, maybe their opponent can catch up. Like, maybe. Yeah. And in this case, no. Like, Aleks is still very much in the running. Even though Mario is probably going to be entering Spirit a minute or two ahead.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
I think only a minute. There's one Flare Dancer left. But yeah, like, it's fun. It's fun to watch when runners are making good decisions. They're making, you know, reasonable decisions. We're not sitting here going, what are you doing?
Yep. So, because this right here is going to be Dins and GTFO.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a close race.
Yep.
And I think being able to keep your composure in this last stretch is going to be who is going to come out on top. Like, who can keep their composure enough to execute when it matters.
Yep.
Is going to be the victor here.
Yep.
Or it's just in bottom of the well, and then it's just lights out.
Yeah. I mean, we'll know pretty quickly with a light arrow hint. But for now, this is exciting. About 50 seconds, chat is saying, is the difference between entering Spirit. That's exciting. Because you know what that is? That's a Twin Rova screw up.
That's
difference.
This is an execution race now. Execution, and there is still routing left to go. Like you're saying, Mel, do you get higher up in Spirit and just set Fauroras? And then just say, you know what, screw it. If it's in the last X checks of Spirit, then I'm just gonna go get the hint. And just gamble against Spirit for light arrows and save yourself 3 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be very interesting, and I'm excited to ask the runners what they're thinking entering into Spirit, just looking for lights. But yeah, finishing up our little 2-hour shout out. Thank you to our trackers, Joda with a J, and Sir Nyquil of Sealand, Golden Devil, our restreamer. And thanks to Heaps for being on comms with me today.
Oh my God.
I'm glad you were available.
Mel, there are maybe one other person that I could imagine. I'm just kidding. No,
Wow.
as you can tell, Mel is one of my most favorite individuals and especially favorite co-commentators. So if you are enjoying us, absolutely go give Mel a follow. She is wonderful and incredible and also so fun. So go give Mel a follow.
Oh, we love you too, Chuckles. We're just not in the same time zone.
You're not even in the same continent.
Yeah. Even, like, more importantly, like...
Time zone we can work with. Continent's a little bit harder.
Aleks fell behind Mario. Yeah, just kind of clearing up a few random checks. It definitely, Mario made up a little time just having slightly cleaner execution, in Shadow. Shadow is a very punishing dungeon, to be totally honest.
Yeah. You can bleed time real fast in Shadow.
Yep. Like, not only is it very execution intense, but, like, the damage that you take in that dungeon, it's so easy. These runners, you know, they're not likely to die in a dungeon. It happens occasionally, but not very often.
I always think of, as I'm thinking about not dying in dungeons, I'm like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I've died in a dungeon. I'm like, no. Whenever I try to do force without a shield, there's usually a death.
Right. Well, and I say that, and literally, like, the second thing Mario did in this seed was die in fire to the timer.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it doesn't happen.
Oh, interesting. Out of keys. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, you know, that's 30 seconds. So that's free time that Aleks got. And do we have boss key yet?
No. I think that's what Mario's looking for. But Mario, I believe, doesn't need any small keys anymore.
No.
Oop.
Good save.
Yep. Yeah, voiding in that room, very punishing. I think we'll see Aleks. Oh,
There it is.
okay. He is opting to clear.
Did either of them actually check for boss key there?
No.
Oh, great. Pretty easy peek that you can do for that right hand to see if it's a big chest. If it's small, you just don't see anything, and you're like, okay, right. If it's big, you can usually catch the corner though.
Yep.
I only say that because it would be an interesting gamble, if you will, of like, I'm trying to go fast. Like, do I just rush boss key? Interesting that Master Aleks has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hearts.
Yeah.
So you usually don't see a high heart count in chest appearance matches content seeds because you know where the hearts are.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, you're just going to start losing time by picking up extra hearts.
But dying is slower.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At a certain point, I usually cap myself off at 5.
Yep.
At 5 hearts, I'm like, okay, I can take a hit from any enemy in the game and still live.
Yep.
And I can beat any timer in the game. Because that's the other consideration. Oh, what's up?
Oh, we still haven't seen any wallets.
No. I was about to say that's the other consideration for me though when I'm thinking about hearts is I'm thinking about dungeons and I'm like, I know fire requires 5 hearts. I just need 5 hearts or a bottle to beat fire. And water you can do on 3 hearts. It is a disaster, and you need those fucking enemies to behave themselves, and they never do. But you can technically do it on 5 hearts. Or on 3, excuse me. 4 is a lot more cozy.
Aleks might be setting Furor's Wind up here to drop down and do the sunblock room. So that's what we're seeing. They entered the dungeon about 50 seconds apart, and they will be leaving the dungeon quite a bit farther apart because Aleks is choosing to clear this dungeon.
Honestly, I think if you're Aleks... Oh, go for it.
Yeah. I think it's a fine play. I don't see a reason not to. Mario's just, taking that gamble.
Yeah, I think if I was Aleks, I totally am cool with certain amounts of cleaning. I would not spend the time to do the torches in Sunblock Room. I think you're wasting a lot of time for one check when you're looking for light arrows that's hinted. So I would absolutely just be like, buy check. Like if it's here, sucks to be me.
Yep. And I guess the Furor's Wind was just preparing for Ganon's.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad idea to pick up some extra magic when it is so freely available. Just because you know that those enemies are guaranteed magic drops.
Yep.
Yeah, really tight finish here. Both runners on the final boss of the game. And all they're missing afterwards is light arrows. So if it's Ganon's castle, that could come down to which route do they go through Ganon's castle? Honestly.
Or is strength 3 required?
Or strength 3 required? Yeah, no, there's some spiciness left still. So this isn't over for Aleks, even though Aleks is about a minute and a half to 2 minutes behind Mario coming out of Spirit. Certainly not out for Aleks at this point.
Yeah, no.
Unless Twinrova pulls bullshit like that.
Unless it's in bottom of the well. Like, if it's on a Storm's Locked check, I mean, it's GG's.
Yeah, that's lights out for Aleks. Which, again, speaks to the caliber of runner that MrMario is, right? The fact that Mario is not only ahead with regards to required dungeon progression, and also has 2 additional stones to their name, one of which Aleks dipped, so, that one's not as impressive, but the fact that Mario is an entire Jabu ahead of Aleks and is in the lead coming out of the 6th medallion, it's pretty impressive.
Yep. And it came down to some of the backtracking. We talked about this at the start, that Mario had kind of just slightly cleaner routing ahead of him because of the items that he did pick up. And just being, thorough in a way that netted him what he needed as far as information and items.
Yep, exactly. I think the best thing. What do you want if you're Aleks? Knowing not necessarily from Alex's perspective, but from our perspective, rooting for Aleks. Where would you like to see these light arrows to give Aleks a fighting shot?
I don't. That's so hard because honestly, a 2-minute difference against Mario for any runner is gonna be hard to come back from in the end game.
Yeah.
So if you're saying OGC, like August is saying, that's a good place because they're kind of even then on decision making ahead of them.
Yeah, but it would have to be like OGC with strength 3 not in bottom of the well.
Yeah.
Right? Or fire, because, you know,
or Ganon's.
Or
Like,
Ganon's.
but that's the thing. You make a decision. Where are we going?
Yeah, Aleks would have to do a location that Mario would not do, and Mario would, if it's strength 3 locked, Mario's doing Ganon's castle into fire into bottom of the well.
Yeah, and I am fairly certain strength 3 has to be in Ganon's. Just because of, well, we don't have a wallet yet. Our tunic is strength 2 locked. If our wallets are also here, it could be deeper fire. Strength 3.
Yeah.
Because of tunic logic.
Yeah. Because you're right, like, if strength 3 were just available, then that strength 2 wouldn't be the path strength.
Yep, exactly. And so even if it is available, as far as we're concerned, like in Deeper Fire, the game still requires us to think about that tunic and the requirements of that dungeon. Yeah.
So this is getting spicy at this point now. Where could it be, and how deep are we gonna have to dig for that?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, get ready, folks. Aleks, a couple rooms behind.
Mario, where's that for us? Mario. Mario remembered. Of course. Mario. Why would I doubt the number 1 seed?
Yep. Because when you're endgame like this, like you said, you've got to keep your composure. A Furor's Wind at the top of Ganon's has absolutely made the difference in races.
Yeah.
Because it is slow having to get here from Temple of Time and walk and climb again.
All right. There it is. That is a pretty clean advantage for Mario. I would like to say that Aleks can come back from this. I don't think they can. No, and as a commentator, it's hard because you want to stay objective, right? You want to root for both players equally, and you want to give both players a fair opportunity and shot to say, yeah, both of them can win it. Both of them can win this match. This is not one of those situations.
Yeah, and we had been saying that for an hour now. If it's AD, Mario is going to win this.
Yeah.
Not because Aleks did anything wrong, but just because Mario pushed towards AD while he was trying to find a strength that was just in Goron City Maze. And it ultimately is going to pay out in the end game, as this game chooses to do sometimes.
And you gotta feel so bad for Aleks, because, you know, you dip Deku.
Mm-hmm.
You dip Deku, not with the equipment to be able to beat it. And in your head, you're just thinking, well, shit. Like, of course, it's in the last place that I wanted it to be.
Yep.
You're just going to feel so bad being in Alex's shoes.
Yep.
And I applaud Aleks for not pushing AD or all dungeons, because, you know, Aleks in this situation was like, cool. If I can avoid doing all dungeons, I might be able to save time on my opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And especially waiting to do all dungeons until Light Arrows. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. It just is disadvantageous about Deku, and then the fact that Mario has already done Jabu and is just leagues ahead of Aleks at this point.
Yep. Yeah, which, like you said, it feels bad to have to say that. But that's just kind of the reality, is that Mario has 2 dungeons cleared that Aleks, A, has to backtrack for.
Mm-hmm.
And B, just has to do. 2 not fast dungeons.
Jabu...
Deku getting to is long. Jabu is long. Fire is going to turn out to be long.
It's looking like it. Yes, Oracle. BOTW is bottom of the well. We abbreviate a lot of things here in OoTR.
There's Bosky.
There's Bosky. So if you have any more questions about abbreviations, let us know. I try not to use abbreviations on comms. Every now and again, I'll slip and do it, though. Oh, I love this strat. And except for the fact that needed to drop the bomb before side hopping and not after, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Good backup. Yeah, so we're still looking. Here's the thing, though, right? So we know where Bosky is. We know where Ladros are. We're still not going to be finishing for another 15 to 20 minutes.
Yep.
Because we've got ace changes involved. We've got to beat Volvagia. We've got to then Ferora's back. And then we got to just beat Phantom Ganon. Like, we are still another 15 minutes away from this seed being over. And the fact that we were so close at the 2-hour mark and now we're finishing at like 2:35.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have about as good of warps as we can get in this scenario. We have Prelude, we have Nocturne, we have Serenade to pick up the song quickly, so it's it's the best of a bad situation.
Best of a bad situation. And if you look at finish times, 2:35 to finish all dungeons, not a bad time.
Yeah,
that is some efficiency. Knowing that they did all of Ice, knowing that they did GTG twice, and knowing that they're gonna have to do bottom of the well. I mean, that is a world tour.
Yeah.
So that just speaks to how clean Mario plays. Is that he can do all of this in well under 3 hours.
Yep. Ooh, exciting. Be able to raid over to ZSR2.
Oh, nice. What race is going on in ZSR2?
Let me double check. I think it's Nath. Oh no, Nath's tomorrow. Alsuna versus Scarlet.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, that's a good match. There is also one happening right now. Cola versus Rock Chalk. It's not being restreamed, unfortunately, because we just don't have we don't have the volunteer capacity. Getting 2 a day is usually what feels reasonable. But absolutely give that a watch too. Game 2. I think it's game 2. I might have lied.
In either case, it's Ocarina of Time Randomizer. How can you not have fun?
And it's Cola and Rock Chalk.
Right.
Aleks peeking this chest because he didn't go through that door. Deciding, nope, that's not it.
All right, we're gonna watch some clean Volvagia strats here. You know what? One item we haven't found yet, which is a real shame. We haven't found Big Goron sword.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Right? I mean, they're not gonna need this, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have Big Goron sword.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about what Mario is doing here. Classic. Get your bingo cards out. Let's explain the Volvagia quick kill.
Oh, we love it.
I was asking you to explain.
Oh, you want me to?
I want you to explain.
I was getting ready for you to explain it. I was like,
no.
Oh, do
See,
tell.
it's already over.
Do tell.
It's so quick.
Peeps
can't even get his shit together.
I was excited for you to explain it.
No, I want you to explain it.
So the way that Volvagia works is that in the initial part of the Volvagia cutscene, before the actual fight starts, Volvagia's hitbox is left in that kind of corner pocket of that middle hole there. And so still is vulnerable to being attacked, more specifically by bombs. As you drop bombs there, though, Volvagia takes certain amounts of damage. And at certain damage thresholds, Volvagia will enter in the next phase of the Volvagia fight, which is to go up and fly around and be fucking annoying. And so by doing proper damage management, by dropping 1 bomb, hitting, 3 bombs, hitting, 3 bombs, finishing, you appropriately manage the damage thresholds while still also allowing you to get Volvagia done without actually going into any of the flying animations, losing time. So saving yourself quite a significant amount of time by managing that active hitbox and managing damage counters.
Nice.
You happy, Mel?
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I do like Volvagia quick fight.
I think the explanation of killing Volvagia takes longer than it took Mario to kill Volvagia still.
I mean, like 30 seconds to kill Volvagia with good execution? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I was saying, we have all of the warp songs to make this, far less painful than it could have ever been. We got to prelude out for our age change, we get to serenade for our song pickup, and then we'll get to Nocturne. Which Nocturne is faster, because we still need to open the well. I hate diving for the ocarina.
I always miss.
I always miss.
Yeah, I always miss.
I hate diving for letter spot. I just hate diving in this game.
All right, chat. You got 10 seconds. Where in bottom of the well is light arrows? There is no bed. I just want to hear you. I just want to hear your thoughts. I am going to go with the back bombable chest.
Oh.
Back
Basement.
Bomb. Just like throw them out. I don't care.
Yeah.
Throw out your checks. Let's have some fun.
Left key chest. Grave.
Be original.
Basement.
Don't say basement. Everyone says basement. Mel said basement. She already claimed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Left middle room skull. Chuckles, please. First check. Lots of people hoping for that first check.
There's
lots of coffins. Dead hands.
Again, these are all some excellent locations. That's why I chose the back bombable, because I was like, it is a unique location.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's just going to be...
Orange Sauce agrees with me. The back left bombable.
It's going to be the ZL, solo chest on the way to the coffin room.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that's called, but...
Or the center room, but specifically the chest that if you go in from the front, you fall, but if you go in from the side, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with the one where there's a Skulltula there, whatever they're called. This enemy. This motherfucker.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing.
I don't know. I got nothing.
No.
Mm.
Oh, I love...
Yeah,
this is
the back
This
loop.
is why I like chews. This is why chews are the best.
Hey, our wallet.
Yay!
Remember when we were talking about the tunic logic?
Fun peaks here. 1 and 2. Nothing there. Big chest there. Hey, this is the one that I was talking about. Oh, you, Cheeky.
Oh. Punished.
You might as well check this while you're down here. And then just furore. You haven't gone through a door. You can't furore. Well, yeah. No, you furore up and you're just going to eat the time loss.
Oh, it's a key. Grab the key, Mario. There we go. There we go. Yep. We know Mario has plenty of time.
That looks so pretty. I like
Aleks grabbing Fire Boss key here.
Hey, Mel.
Hey, Heaps.
We're about to do Volvagia again. You want to explain how Volvagia works?
No.
Well, okay.
It was already explained. It was already explained.
I know, but Bavaji wasn't on stream. But this time Bavaji is going to be on stream.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, you give chat the opportunity to experience the understanding of the execution as it's happening live.
Sure. Yep. And Stone of Agony.
Of course it is. I hate this game.
Classic.
And it's going to be here.
Oh!
Because he didn't play ZL.
Because he didn't play ZL. Oh, also a big chest. Here we go.
This was my check. This is my check.
This was your check. Yep, this was your check.
Come on, baby. Come on. One time.
Hey!
Hey! I want the record to stand that I said back left bombable, and Orange Sauce was right there with me.
Yep. And that is go mode for Mario. Will have a nice quick Furor's wins back up there. He needs some magic though. I mean, this is what stresses me out about watching top runners. Mario could go into the Ganon fight with exactly one shot, one arrow, one shot for magic, and one cycle dwarf, no problem. And I'm there stressed out because, like, one shot! Oh no!
So there's the hitbox, and there's bomb 1, and bomb 2, and bomb 3. And you hit again, even though you got troll hole, but troll hole number 2 is always better than troll hole number 1, because the worst thing that can happen is that the bomb hits Volvagia and the hitbox, and then it throws off all your damage counters.
There we go.
Easy.
7 arrows.
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Mario with our classic Ganon equips. We didn't find Big Goron's sword, so we've got our Master Sword, we've got our hammer, we've got our empty bottle, and our light arrows. I think this is a good time, because I don't know how much time we're killing until we raid over if the other channel is live yet. Good time to mention that we're on a 20-minute delay, actually. So everything we're watching right now happened 20 minutes ago.
Yep. So we, Mario's been done for about 15 minutes at this point. 18?
Yeah,
18.
Probably closer to 18, yeah.
Closer to 18. I was like, this last part does not take 5 minutes.
No.
As an aside, Jagged Little Pill, the musical, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to distract from Zelda, but Jagged Little Pill, the musical, is fire.
Yeah. And you're right, Mito. We did, as soon as we saw that light arrow hint, we knew who was winning this. Light arrows are in bottom of the well. CK Flight. Aleks is doing all dungeons in order to collect Song of Storms to open bottom of the well. But Mario had already completed Deku and Jabu along the way. Which is why we're seeing this difference between them.
Yeah. And again, we're looking at a full clear of not a full clear, but a world tour, as you would call it. So every dungeon, every side dungeon in 235.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Oh, not at all. God, if I could pull out times like these, I would be number 1 ranked seed in season 7. Maybe number 2. Probably number 37 in reality.
All right.
Y'all.
Go ahead. Say it.
This is it, baby. Get your GGs in chat for our winner. Advancing on to round 3 of the tournament, MrMario. Believe that's the quarterfinals, yeah?
Maybe
Top 8?
Top 8, yeah.
32 to 16 to top 8? Yeah, that's quarterfinals.
Yeah, GG's. And looks like both runners will be joining us for an interview. I'm not sure if Aleks finishes out the scene. Welcome in, you two. GG's.
Welcome in.
Hello. Thanks. GG's.
GG's.
Anything you want to start us off with before we ask questions?
Why did it have to be in the well?
Yeah. We were asking ourselves the same question.
I got really lucky this seed. Well, first of all, I did Jabu before going back adult for adult 2. So I was kind of banking on well being required.
Yeah,
I had a hunch you would rush AD there.
Yeah, so talk to us about your thought process there, Mario, on prioritizing Jabu when you did.
Yeah, well, a lot of the thing is Ice Cavern had both Hammer and Ring, so at that point, all dungeons was available. So I was thinking to myself, well, this means bottom of the well is earlier than usual in Logic, even though it's on AD. So there's about probably like 50% chance it's actually required this seed, so why not just do Jabu and make progress towards it? I'm still looking for 2 strings and hover boots and magic and din, so literally any of those things would be good. And then I guess that it's still okay that Jabu had nothing because it led me to the magic on child fishing.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was less than ideal when you get nothing in Jabu and now you're like, well, I guess something has to be in bottom of the well or I lose. So
Yeah. No, that's a fair play. And then Aleks, for you did quite an extensive adult 1. Talk to me about your kind of thoughts or routing on that.
Yeah, it was straightforward. I mean, there was no point going child. You just beat all the dungeons there are, and do I even need to go child this hit? And then, of course, I realized, yes, you need to open deck.
yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, the adult was, for me, quite obvious. Just do all your progression dungeons. You have all the items for it, so there was no point going child ever until you're done with all them. So.
Yeah, I actually went child before getting the long shot in strength. So
I didn't. I had both.
Yeah, so I went child because I had no more progression dungeons left to do.
Yeah,
I just haven't done those checks. But I guess you could definitely make a point for going back to the Goron City maze check because you peek it, it's big, and even though you can't get it right now, you should go back for it as early as possible, but I just decided to hold off for a bit.
Oh, I didn't go there until I had the means to do it, so I just did it
oh, wow.
after
Okay.
the first. Yeah. I mean, I hadn't been to Goron City at all, so the whole play I had, Adult 1, felt really good, I guess. Everything just clicked into place. And
well, so you dipped
bow.
GTG before going to Goron City,
Yes.
and then you went to Ice and did all that.
I went GTG in 5-6 minutes, got the hook shot.
Oh my god.
And then I did DC, I guess, and then
Yeah.
Ice eventually, yeah.
Ice, because it was the only song available left for Song of Time.
I hadn't actually
And it was path,
what
so.
Prelude song was at that point, but I was gonna
Well,
do
you can't
Ice
check
anyway.
Prelude without opening the song Door of Time, so.
That is true.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about
look. I also had that same realization today. You are not the only one.
Yeah. No, that's very true, actually. I didn't even consider that, but yeah, I was gonna full clear Ice anyway. It was path to... What was path to? PG, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Phantom Cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for
Iron Boots
Hammer,
and the
for
scale is locked
long
behind.
shot for crossing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can either get Song of Times and get double scale, or you get the
Long shot.
Hammer for long shot for crossing for Iron Boots.
Yep. Where was
Yeah,
Gold
so-
Scale? You found it?
It was
Yes.
Skull Mask.
Yeah, Skull
I
Maskin.
never got
Did you
that
see the
hint.
hint? Oh, okay.
Maybe it was Medigorn or something.
I think it was. I checked that one.
Because I always do it, but this is the one seed I don't do it, so it's a hint that I didn't play.
Classic.
So one question I got for y'all is, at any point did you feel either like, okay, I'm ahead on the seed or I'm behind, and how did that change maybe how you approach the seed at that moment?
God, I felt behind as soon as I finished Jabu with nothing in it. And I felt a little bit better when I found the Dints and Fire. I was like, ooh, this is a weird place for this to be. And then I could just leave GTG as soon as I get hovers, so I don't have to do the rest of it. So I was feeling pretty okay at that point, but still might be behind because of the whole Jabu thing.
Oh, I guess you only did one dip GTG then.
No, I two dipped.
I
First
did
dip for the
triple
hook shot, because then oh gosh.
I mean, first the hook shots, then
And then
you
after
horse,
Summertime.
and then strength 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to like do more of GTG without bow. I just got the one check and left.
I did right and left check and then I left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Aleks? Same question. Anytime that you felt either like, okay, I feel ahead, or I feel behind.
I mean, playing against Mario is always. I mean, I know that I'm on a disadvantage in execution, and so it's hard to say. I think when I found the Dins, at that point, I felt it's gone quite well. I got the magic fairly early-ish, I guess, so I had 4 ores to use all over the place. I hadn't done a lot of unnecessary stuff, like maybe double dip GTG is one thing, and then a little bit giant cleanup or the city stuff and so on, but there's no way I'm not doing it. At that point, it felt good. So when I did the climb, I was like, yeah, the Dins was in an awkward place, the magic was awkward. I could see. I could really see Mario going into Jabu, following the rang. I could see him doing full clearing Adult Lake. I hadn't touched Adult Lake. So I was like, yeah, I can see that. And then, bam, but other well. It's like, no. As soon as I saw that, I knew I was done.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. Like,
yeah,
even if you skip Jabu and go to only the required places, then I might be behind by like a minute, if that, but still.
Yeah,
and
and
when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is over.
Yeah, and from our end, you both were in spirit within about 50 seconds from each other. And so the final push from Medallion's perspective was actually really close, and it was really where are lights going to be, and are they going to be in well? And I think that was kind of the one big make or break, because walking into Ganon's castle, y'all were maybe a minute from each other.
Wow.
So it was actually very tight for us as viewers, walking into where are light arrows, and then quickly became, advantage Mario, knowing that they were in bottom of the well.
Had you beaten Deku at that point?
Yes.
Okay,
I beat Deku in one strip.
I didn't, because I crossed after beating DC, went into
Oh.
Deku, did everything except basement, because obviously no fire source, so I left.
Yeah. I intentionally left Deku for when I had Bow, because I figured Bow would be kind of early-ish. So
Yeah,
found the Bow in whatever, Goron City?
right.
Yeah,
Then
Goron City.
I
went back to
kind of wanted to pick up the Iron Boots, because it had to be there, or leading to Irons, so I can get another entrance. And probably just never go
Right.
back, but
Mm.
I guess I had to go back. So.
Oh yeah, I never checked the pedestal, so in my eyes it could have been Longshot or Iron Boots, but it was
Wait,
just
really?
Water's Water mid, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I mean, I had
back.
4 path hints for all of my medallion dungeons, and I did DC knowing it's a medallion, so I have all the medallion info.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
checked it at the start.
Well, Alex, unfortunately, this is the end of your S7 run. Any favorite settings that you want to go over, or least favorite settings as you exit?
I mean, my favorite setting is kind of clear. Dungeoneer is fun. This save was a billion times more fun than the other one. Don't deny that. Even though both, well, kind of screw me over in the end. but I mean that's how it is. Least favorite setting? I haven't played all of them actually, but I'm not a big fan of the grotto shuffle. Just it's a lot of grottos. I don't have a good tracker for it, so it's a bit annoying to do. And I feel like the seeds getting longer if you shuffle them, because you go in a lot of grottos in remote places. So, apart from that, I'm not sure if I'm really. Overall skulls are probably not good to enjoy, but that's being banned every time anyway, so whatever. Maybe those two are like the only ones I feel like it's not so fun to play, but it's okay. I don't really mind any settings.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, top 16, nothing to sneeze at. Today was very fun to watch. Like Heap said, watching you both get into Spirit like a minute apart, it's a good race and it's exciting. Mario, you're moving on. Top 8.
Whoop whoop.
Nice.
GG's.
GG's. Excited to see those. Not sure who your opponent is yet, I don't believe, so
Yeah.
we'll wait with anticipation.
Excited.
yeah,
I don't even
got
know who my
revenge.
potential opponent is. So
What a great
Don't
place to
think
be in the
it's
tournament.
decided.
Yeah, right.
Machi or Aleks apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'll be cool. I don't think I've played either of them in a 1v1. I mean, I'm playing Alexis eventually for the Tournament of Truth in the Francophone Discord soon.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Well, that will all be fun to watch. There is another race happening right now, so are there any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? I won't hear the complaints, but you can direct them elsewhere if you would like.
Well,
No,
comment
thanks
for me
for
is that, yeah, Mario, you got your revenge from last year. This time you
Yes.
helped me out. I guess we're even now. Something.
Something like that.
At least until season 8.
At least until season 8.
Wait.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you
for the
both. Yeah, thank you both. Give our runners, Mario and Alex, a follow. Their links are in chat again, and looks like Golden is going to take us away.
Yeah, thank you to both our commentators, Doc Keeps and Milkwe, and our trackers, Sir Nyquil of Sealand and Jodo with the J. As has been said, we are going to be raiding over to ZSR2, where it is Aosuna v Scarlet Game 1 of Brackets Round 2 is going on. We will also have some more OOTR tomorrow. I think there's 3 or 4 matches on the schedule. And the Skyward Sword Randomizer weekly in about 3 hours back here. So thank you everyone for watching and have a good rest of your weekend.
Take care, y'all.